Joining us now is former FBI agent Jeff Lanza to talk about what parents can do when it comes to cyber safety. Jeff, nice seeing you again. Saw him actually at my daughter's school giving a speech to parents about how to really watch over this and not to let it go, not to think that this doesn't happen to my kid, because it's happening here.
You can't be complacent about it. Absolutely.
Exactly. I mean, it's happening in our own backyard.
That's right.
All the time.
Just last week, the FBI here arrested somebody at Oak Park Mall, thought they were talking to a 14-year-old girl online, and tried to solicit this young girl. That actually was an FBI agent. So these things are happening all the time, and parents need to be aware of the dangers that are out there, but not just that, not just predators. It has to do with privacy risks and putting out too much information online and making yourself look bad online, which may come back to haunt you.
And there's so much that we can do, and
right.
It almost gets a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. So let's boil it down to
right.
3 things that you like to at least push, and
right.
that one is passwords.
Absolutely. A parent should have access to a child's Facebook accounts, their email accounts, Yahoo email,
and
Gmail.
all the passwords to get on into them.
Absolutely, all those passwords. And they can tell the child, I'm not necessarily going to look at your account, I don't have to look at that, I don't want to spy on what you're doing, but if something happens to you, the first thing we have to look at, the first thing the police are going to want to know is to look at those accounts, because that may lead to someone who kidnapped that person or is doing harm to them that could save their life.
And so what do? Make them have a little listing for you?
Yeah,
if
put
they
it in a sealed envelope and just keep it somewhere safe. Until the time they're 18, I think they should have that sealed envelope and say, look, I'm not going to spy on you. I don't care about what you say to your friends on a day-to-day basis if they're your friends, but I do care about if something happens to you, we need to see who you've been talking to.
We need to know where to go.
That's right.
All right, the next thing on here is the internet remembers. What do you mean by that?
Once you put something online, you've lost it forever, and a lot of people are representing themselves in a poor fashion, and if they try to run for office someday or even get a job someday, you can pull up those pictures of how they looked or what they were looking like or showing at parties and stuff, and their employers may make decisions on that. Schools can make decisions on that. People that might vote for them might make decisions on that. So keep it clean. Only put out there the way you really want to be represented much later in your life. I
think that's a tough thing to convince kids of, isn't it?
It is tough. They think, well, they'll just know I'm kids and they're not going to care too much about it. But I'm telling you, it tells a lot about your personality, even at that young age.
Could come back around. And lastly here, what do you say about privacy?
Well, kids, especially on Facebook, look, 500 million people have Facebook accounts.
500 million?
Right. It's more than the population of the United States. But only programs you put on your computer to protect kids, absolutely important for kids at a very young age. There's so much on the internet that kids can get access to. You want to protect the youngest kids and monitor what the older kids are doing as well. So it's a good idea if you're not able to keep track of, in a physical way, to what kids are doing on the computer.
You know what? That might be a great idea. Yeah. Jeff, thank you so much for your insight. I know we could go on and on for everything that needs to be covered in this, but I appreciate your help.
You're welcome.